I love DPs.
Like double penetration.
Some double penetration.
Double penetration on your own with some solo play.
Hello, and welcome to the Double Penetration Podcast. Here are your hosts, Creep and Steel.
I'm shoving my face full of zebra cakes, and you're listening to Double Penetration Podcast. That's right, folks. Your host, he is your friend, Mr. Chris Steele, and I am your favorite creep, bringing you Volume 22.
Volume 22, Zebra Cake Face.
Woo!
I wish I had
I
zebra
love
cakes.
zebra cakes.
I haven't had a zebra cake in probably, Jesus Christ, it's probably been about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm not,
don't know.
I'm not I like my sweets to be like chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Like those cakey things, I've never really cared for like cakey things like that.
I hate like regular cake, but like if I'm craving like something like a cosmic brownie or a fucking zebra cake or a fucking Swiss roll, like
Swiss rolls.
Bitch, I'ma eat it.
Not a fan. I am not a fan of the Swiss rolls, and I'm Swedish.
What?
I know Swedish and Swiss rolls are probably
I just
different.
like unrolling them
You unroll them?
and then eat it, yeah.
See, it's the cake thing that I'm not a big fan of. I don't know why. Like that Little Debbie cake.
Yeah.
It's not my deal. I don't dig it. I don't know
Not
why.
my deal.
I like Nutter Butters or Nutty Bars.
Ugh.
And fucking
Not a
Little Debbie makes a peanut butter, like, you know how they make the Oreo cream pies? They have peanut butter cream pies, and those are the fucking shit. The greatest invention ever. Peanut butter cookies with peanut butter cream mashed in between. It's delicious. So good.
Never heard of it.
They're the great. But you know what else is great, Creep?
What?
DoublePPodcast.com, Double P Podcast on Instagram, and Double P Show on Twitter. That's pretty fucking great if you ask me. Just saying.
It is pretty fucking great.
I'm a little biased onto that, but you know what? Hey, could be worse. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele, MrKrisEel, or STEEL. See, I fucked up this week. Creep, where can everybody find you and all your fucking freshness?
In the Little Debbie section at your local grocery store. Or creepqueen.com.
Damn right. You should.
Or also in
Debbie's.
Atlanta this weekend.
Ooh, actually next weekend. Actually, that weekend's already
wrong.
passed.
It's
Yeah.
this weekend.
Nope, not when this releases.
Yeah, huh? When this releases, it's this weekend. Bitch.
No. Spring Break releases on the 16th. Crazy Stories is the following week.
Nuh-uh.
All right, well, I'll set it to release whenever you tell me to because you're the boss.
Oh, man.
But this
No,
week,
I thought we weren't releasing...
Spring Break until this week?
I thought we were releasing Spring Break this week.
Oh, no, man.
And Crazy Sex Stories next week, because that's the week you'll be gone.
Okay, that works fine.
I could be wrong. No, I'm wrong. Nope, I'm wrong.
We have a schedule written down, and I'm following
I'm
the
wrong.
schedule.
No, I'm just bad with days and weeks and like numbers in relation to days, which is days. I'm like really bad at that.
Especially when we're doing things in advance to prepare for my vacation and prepare for you to be gone on your adventures.
I mean, if all these numbers were shaped like dicks, I'd have it down pat. Like, I just...
Hey, sometimes 2s and 3s and 19s and fucking everything else doesn't look like a dick, but it looks like boobs or a butt. So, but we're talking...
choking on these zebra cakes.
Choking on these zebra cakes. Folks, we're really not talking about zebra cakes on this volume, even though... You know, zebra cakes are delicious, and maybe one day we should venture off and not talk about sex and maybe talk about delicious treats that people like to put in their mouth.
So
Maybe
sex.
Phallics. Who knows? But we are talking crazy sex
I was like,
stories.
awkward silence.
No, there's no awkward silence here. If it was awkward for you, then hey, that's
No,
your
I'm just
fault,
kidding.
not
My
mine.
whole life's awkward.
Well, mine too.
Oh, that's funny. So do you have any crazy sex stories this week?
Crazy sex stories. Well, I mean, aside from, let me think.
I got a lot of them.
Well, I mean, that's, I don't doubt that, sister. Well, how about this?
Oh my God.
Instead of waiting for me to think of one, why don't you lay one on me?
I'll
then
start. Wait, so like, can I do like, I have so many and I know I don't have time because I could fill this whole hour. So like, should I start with something like,
no, knock it out of the park.
sketchy AF?
Knock it out of the park.
Well, like, oh man.
Well, maybe you can start
Okay,
slow.
well, like, here's a public one. So, like, I was dating this guy, but I didn't really like him. Like, I really didn't like him, but, like, I kind of felt bad. So, like, I was like, okay,
Aw.
whatever, fine, I'll date you.
You're a good person.
I know, right?
That is
not
like
how I broke up with him. It was, like,
Wow.
worse. Like, I should have just not dated him. So, like...
So you were doing charity, God's work there for a minute, and then all of a sudden Satan took over. And
No, like, it ended horribly. I was such a dick. So, like, oh, my God. And I, like... Oh, never mind. Anyway, so we used to just only have public sex. That's the only kind of sex we would have, right? Much like my fucking anal buddy, but like we would just have public fucking sex. So like,
wait, your anal buddy?
yeah, the guy that just kept giving it to my booty.
You never told us that was public.
No, that wasn't. I was just saying like.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So that guy only fucked you in the ass, and this dude
one
only
of those
fucked you
was
publicly.
public. Like one of those was a public thing. But anyway,
I
so
got
this
you.
guy and I would only ever have public sex everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time, like, he took me over to his friend's house, and it was like the first time I met his friends, and they were like, I don't know if any of them listen to this, but they were super fucking weird, and like, and like I was just like super uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable, and he was like, "Oh, let's go outside and smoke a cigarette," and I was like, "Okay." But he didn't really mean go outside and smoke a cigarette. He meant let's go outside and I'll fuck you on their fucking balcony that's like in the middle of this fucking apartment complex, right? So I'm like, okay. Like, and I'm just like outside of their house. And then they're all like watching us from like their sliding glass door. And then like people were coming out on their balconies watching us and shit. And like,
hell yeah.
One night we snuck to the park and we were fucking on like those, what is it called? Like those things that spin around and around and around and around.
Let's just call them a merry-go-round for.
Oh yeah, merry-go-round. So we fucked on the merry-go-round, fucked on the side. Like we would just fuck in all these like super crazy, random like places, like out in the middle of fucking like air motherfucker. Nobody gave a fuck. I'm like, all right.
Whew.
I don't know how crazy that is, but that was like when I was younger, that was like crazy for me to be like having
public
sex.
sex is
We're
crazy.
watching and shit. I was like, I'm kind of uncomfortable and kind of like really turned on. Like I don't really know how I feel right now.
Yeah, I've never like my crazy. Like I don't like. I'm kind of vanilla. Like I've done more stupid shit than like stupid crazy sex shit. Like I've done dumb shit, like fucking like questionable legality type of things.
Did you fuck a goat?
Hell no. How dare
A panda?
Panda. No.
A platypus?
Fuck yeah, I did. The male one stuck his barb in my butt.
I feel like there's so many different ranges of crazy. Like I have like crazy things like, wow, creep, you should not have put yourself in that position, kind of like crazy. And then I've got like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, mostly those than anything else. Like that's mostly my life.
Yeah, as we like to call them, sticky situations.
Oh, yeah, I know all about that. Like, there was this one guy I met. He came into my job, and I was like, oh, yeah, sure, take my number. And then I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll go to your house in the middle of nowhere. And I drove like an hour to do that.
Wow.
And I got there, and it was like a decent house. And I was like, word, okay. But it was like literally like in this like it was a bad spot. And I'm like, okay, the house is bad. And he's like, no, I'm staying in the back. And the back was like a shed. Like, it was just a shed. And like, there wasn't really anything in there, and I just like smelled like that bleachy cum smell, you know what I mean? And I just like thought he was gonna murder me the whole time, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, and I didn't know how to get away because he had like this lock on the inside, like, well, obviously he had a lock on the inside of his door, but like it was like this like super creepy, like you're about to die lock, like if that exists. It was just fucking like.
So he very well may have had a stabbing cabin.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Goes there and bangs chicks and then stabs them.
Yeah, it was pretty sketchy.
He's like,
not the sketchiest one I've been in, but it was pretty sketchy. Like
he's like that. What's that dickhead from that documentary, Making a Murderer? What the hell? Have you seen that on Netflix?
No, I have not.
It's like a documentary about a murderer and a guy that like got away with like. He basically was caught he was accused of raping and I don't know if killing a girl, but he was accused of raping a girl, and it turned out that it wasn't him. And then like he's accused of killing a girl now, and it's pretty crazy. And it reminded me of him.
Really?
Yeah, you should check it out. Making a Murder. You would like
I mean,
it.
I've heard people talk about it, but
No, it's a pretty dope documentary. I just don't have, I think there's 10 or 12 hours. I don't have 10 or 12 hours of my day or of my life to devote to a documentary, even though it is like a TV series.
Oh, yeah, I feel you.
But he always goes, I don't know. Just the way he talks makes me laugh.
Yo, I thought I fucked so many murderers in my life.
Wow. Again, with your fucking awesome things you say.
Yo. I really did. I once drove all the way far. I drove like 4 hours, right? To meet this guy that I had met online who seemed totally sketchy anyway. Like, I didn't even think, I thought he was catfishing me, but I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll drive 4 hours.
And he said that, like, you are one of the most bravest people I have ever gotten the pleasure of knowing, or just dumb.
I'm just really dumb. I'm like, no, this is fun.
And I mean that by all due respect.
I'm like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm gonna die. Like back in the day, I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm trying to fucking kill myself anyway.
You were like, YOLO.
Oh my god! And it was like him and his dad. Long story short,
you fucked him and his dad.
They were like watching his dad's friend's house. It was this fucking mansion. It had this indoor pool and shit.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I was like, huh?
That's cool.
Yeah, right. I was like, word. That sounds like a made up fucking story, but like, all right. So like,
I'd have went to his house too.
Made
then
up story for your made up person.
4 hours for an indoor pool? Hell yeah! Especially if the weather was shit.
Oh my god, I was so stupid. So I drove, couldn't find the place, ended up finding him. He was like, so weird. He was so weird. So fucking weird. Like I felt so uncomfortable, but I like couldn't leave because they were like, no, and they were like, give me your car keys, and like I was like, no, but they fucking got him anyway. It was like fucking nutty.
God damn.
It was a really long story. Anyways, I ended up fucking him and fucking
that was the only way he'd let me leave. So I was just like, nah, well, I want to go home.
I ended up staying for like a couple days. Like I was like, whatever, I'm already here. Like,
Jesus Christ.
It was pretty bad though.
You're like, I don't know if you quite remember, but do you remember that book that came out called Million Little Pieces?
No.
Or Million Little Fibers or some shit like that?
No.
It's about this dude that had this real wild life, and he was on Oprah and shit, and he got a book deal. Well, it turns out all his stories and everything that he talked about was a lie.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
But like, you legit have some of the craziest stories.
Like,
so.
I can give you names, I can give you Facebooks, like I have receipts for all my shit. Like
if there's somebody out there that is a book publisher and you give Creep money for publishing a book, just credit me for the idea, because she's
I'm telling you,
got
like
wild
I thought
stories.
about that. So I'm like, I have like the weirdest, like I've met just like the creepiest people, and I don't mean to say that wrong because I'm creepy and like I'm weird, so like no, it's not bad.
Hey, it's
but,
like me.
it's just,
I'm a fat guy.
My life's been a wild ride, and I've made a lot of bad decisions. Like bad.
Well, they're not all that bad. You're still alive.
How though? Like how? Oh my god! I'm like, yo, I should be dead as fuck.
You know what? Regardless how bad the decisions that you have made in your life, the one thing that you can hang your hat on that is a constant, for the time being anyways, is that you're still alive. Crazy sex stories.
Yeah, sorry, I got ahead of myself.
No, it's okay. You're fucking hilarious today.
Why don't you go ahead?
All right, I'll start it off this time. Usually Creep does, but you know what? She's giving me the wheel, so I don't know if this is crazy, but I went to Ireland years ago. We took a tour to see Blarney Castle, and we took a detour. Blarney Castle. I'm imagining that's probably where the Blarney Stone is at. I think. But I got a blowjob in one of the rooms. Pretty neat.
Sounds like you.
Hey, as a guy, we enjoy blowjobs, whether it's in public, in a car, or in a room at the Blarney Castle. Blowjobs still rule. I felt like a person in the 1800s. fuck, dude. You're awesome. Definitely had the same experience in that room. It felt wild. That is fucking great.
That's awesome. I love it so much.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Ireland. This guy that I used to be on a podcast with on Xbox Uncut, his name was Vern. He toured Ireland and shit like that, and he told some crazy things that he saw there. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can say out of turn because they're not my stories, but there were some interesting things.
Huh. Interesting.
Hello, Vern. I don't know if you listen or not, but cheers.
Huh?
I said, hello, Vern. I don't know if you listen or not, but cheers.
Hello, Vern.
Word 'em up, Doc.
I think I was 19, maybe 20. My friend's little sister had been texting me for a few days and told me to meet her at this plaza. We didn't know where to go hang out. She or her friend that was with her worked at this toy store. So we went there around 9 or 10 at night, and I was walking through the toy aisles with her. When I realized her friend wasn't near us, we started making out. I just winged it and pulled out my dick. She went for it. She was a trooper, too. First time I had a girl deep throat the whole thing. I came in her mouth. She swallowed it all. That was a good time. Sometimes I think people make up these stories and like just to say they have a big dick. Or like they always have to throw in the fact that like they had a big dick. Like every fucking, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, he doesn't really say he had a big dick. I mean,
the first time a girl had deep throat the whole thing.
Oh.
Like, you could have just said she deep throated my dick and swallowed. Like, people always got to add in that, like, it was big.
Dudes are braggarts.
It was big, though.
Listen, when a dude's proud of his piece, he's going to make sure he mentions it, whether it's nonchalantly like this guy, because I didn't pick up on it. I was fucking oblivious to it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like, yo, I was fucking this dick and my pussy wrapped around the whole thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Not sure how crazy this is, but this one time I slept over at a girl's house and we fucked in her parents' bed the morning after. Not necessarily crazy, however, still cool.
I mean, it could be crazy if you thought your dad, like her dad was going to murder you. That makes it kind of crazy.
Or it's even crazier if they were deep sleepers and you fucked while they were still sleeping.
Oh, like on top of them?
No, not necessarily on top, but maybe, bend her over the side of the bed and, lean against the wall and just fucking...
Yo, that would be fucking awesome.
And then you wake up her parents by splatting their load on them. Good times, folks.
Oh, my God.
What? You know what? A guy likes to shoot. Sometimes it goes all over the place. Sometimes it
just
dribbles out.
To shoot.
Yeah.
Like that's a waste. Like if I'm in a room and a guy's going to splooge all over something else or not my mouth, I'm like, okay,
listen,
way to be fucking wasteful. There's
not every girl is a I don't want to say a cum lover because that's a little crass.
Go ahead.
All right, not every girl likes to guzzle
lovers.
Guzzle loads. But you know what? The girls that don't mind it getting sprayed on their tits or their back. There's the girls that are like, ew, keep it away from me. Ugh. I don't even want to talk to you.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I was just in you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, have you seen the movie Hangover?
Yeah.
It's like when he goes, she's allergic to semen. I wonder if any girl has ever said that to a guy. Like, I'm allergic to semen. Like, is that a real thing? Can you really be allergic to semen?
Yeah, you can. It
really?
can, yeah, seriously. Like, I think it can not fuck up your insides, but it can, like, do weird things to your insides.
Give you a baby.
Like, for me, if a guy comes at me, it's, like, super painful.
Because it's your fucking uterus trying to kill every last one of them before it gets to your eggs.
It's crazy. Like, it'll be painful even, like, the next day.
Really?
Yeah, and it's, like, not a disease. It's, like, a real thing. Like,
you don't push it out?
Huh?
You don't push it out? Like,
well,
if a dude comes in you? Unless you're, trying to get a baby?
I mean, not ever trying to have a baby, but I'm just saying, like, in life.
Well,
shit happens. And no, like, it's just painful sometimes. A lot, weird. Like, all the time, if it happens.
Well, I can say that I will never experience that. I can emphatically say that. Not against that lifestyle.
No girl is so allergic to cum that she's gonna like die or like bleed out or like fucking for it to be like I can't touch my skin. I will melt. Like
this one time, this girl was giving me a blowjob, and she wanted me to come on her face, and I hit her in the eye. Kind of on
That's
purpose.
always fun.
It's kind of on purpose.
Did she freak out?
Her eye was all bloodshot, and we went to the bar afterwards.
Afterwards, that girl's a trooper, man.
Oh, little pre-bar fun. It happens.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
First time I ever got cum in my eye was with that guy I was just talking about that I drove like 4 hours to see, the weird one.
Got cum in your eye in a fucking indoor pool mansion. Good times.
I would have rather had cum in my eye and gone to the bar. Like, that sounds like a hella good time.
Well, I mean, I like swimming.
Man.
On to the next.
No. One time I fucked my girlfriend at the time right in front of her sister, but we were behind the couch, so all she could see was her sister's head poked out from the side of it while I gave her doggy. Is that GABA?
GABA flow, maybe. We know how much GABA loves doggy style.
I know.
Giving her my penetration of doggy style.
One more time.
And then giving her my penetration of doggy style.
I broke a guy's dick once.
Get them all in there while we can. That reminds me of a story. I had this girl from Cleveland come visit me, and she brought her friend, and I was going to hook her up with my buddy. And so the chick that was there to see me, we're at my parents' house. She's like, I want to give you a blowjob. And we were in my parents' basement watching a movie. And so the way the couches were set up, they were set up kind of like an L shape. And I was like, all right, well, let's go behind the couch, and then, I'll lay on the floor and, do your business. So I'm getting a blowjob, and then I happen to open my eyes, and my buddy's looking over the couch staring at us.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. That's so weird.
He's looking over his shoulder. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I mouth to him, what the fuck?
You mouthed it to him?
Yeah. Fucking asshole.
That's really funny.
Oh, well, So, I'm baked. And I don't want to go into super detail, but I had to run from park rangers because they found this girl and me fucking in the park. They were trying to call the police on public indecency. Well,
happens to the best of us.
Well, at least they weren't calling the cops because you had murdered her and left the body.
That's true.
Just saying. Turning lemons into lemonade.
I'm gonna run with her fucking dead weight. Like, nobody wants to do that.
And plus, you're dripping blood. Might want to
True.
drink that later.
It's true.
Maybe, use it for lube and jerk off to it. I don't know. I'm not a murderer. I don't know
That'd
things.
be hot. I love blood so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me, that you can't do blood stuff on your cam things.
No, I cannot. It's like not allowed.
So even if it's fake.
Yeah, no. There was this one time. It was when I first got on MFC, and I sent them a message, and I was like, listen, like, it's Halloween and this is kind of my thing. Like, can I use fake blood? And he was like, only if you write it everywhere that it's fake blood and you say it's fake blood, like, over and over and over again. So, like, everybody who could ever come in your room knows it's fake, and only because it's Halloween. And
wow.
I don't even know if they would still let anybody do it, but, like, I don't know. I was like, that seems like a lot of work. I'm just not going to do it. But, like, thanks.
That's funny. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted right now because my wife texted me asking if I wanted Taco Bell, so fuck yeah, I'm saying yes.
Fuck yeah. Yo, those nacho fries are gross. They taste like high
What?
school fries. They taste like fucking high school fries. They're fucking soggy as fuck. They have
They're
no
so-
fucking seasoning, no fucking flavor, and
Okay,
they're dipped in
well-
nacho cheese, so that's the only good thing. Like, you could dip anything. You could dip a fucking poop in nacho cheese and it would be delicious, so, like, okay, I get it, but, like, the fries ain't shit.
They're fucking delicious.
You're nuts.
I'm not nuts.
Nuts. There was this one girl that had me sneak into her house at 3 a.m. where she lives with her parents and 7 dogs and birds, apparently. So I get into the house and I'm going down on her. And then one of the dogs starts barking. So I laid on the floor. Her mom walked in. Her mom walked in to see what was going on. Ended up having to sneak through the kitchen, out the back door. So her mom didn't see me from the living room. Then I got on fucking booked it.
Why did you read it like
that? It felt right.
It did feel right. It was funny. And then I got out and fucking booked it. We got 2 stories left, and I really want to read them like that.
I really want Taco Bell now.
The fucking cheesy potato burritos.
I'm like drooling. What?
The cheesy potato burritos. You ever have one of those?
Yeah, I don't like them because the potatoes get like real dry and like mushy, but like it just.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of bad things in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them though. I don't know why. There's like too much potato.
You don't like nacho fries? You don't like cheesy potato burritos?
No.
All right.
And I don't like the sauce they put on like I love me a good shredded chicken mini quesadilla, but
Those
like
are
the
the
sauce
bomb.
that they put on that shit's nasty. Like I gotta have that shit without the sauce.
Yeah, if you get a guy that's just not giving a fuck about his job, because quite honestly, fast food workers it's pretty much quite a thankless job. So if you got a guy that's making your shit and just makes it all sloppy, sometimes it's just like with sauce, and it's just like, come on, man. I didn't ask for extra sauce.
Every time. Every time I get a Mexican pizza.
Oh, Mexican pizzas are the shit. I'm telling you.
I love Mexican pizzas, but like it's always like it's like hit or miss.
Well, now my wife's bringing me home a Mexican pizza because I just told her to bring me one of those too.
And like nachos are bomb as fuck.
You ever have the Cinnabon Delights?
That shit's bomb as fuck.
They're so good. Have you ever put them in the refrigerator, had them the next day with coffee in the morning?
No, I haven't. They don't make it that long.
They're so good. We always get 12.
I want Taco Bell now.
Well, you know what? We can rock out these last 2 stories, hit that outro, and fucking call it a night. Go get Taco Bell. I can go back downstairs, play a little bit of The Witcher 3. She comes home. Taco Bell. It's had by all.
Yep, I'm here for it.
Word.
But Overwatch.
We were having sex on the couch when her mom came home in the room, and my girlfriend at the time threw the blanket over ourselves, but she didn't stop, so we had sex while her mom was sitting on the couch with us.
Oh my god.
I don't do it as good as you.
That's so funny.
Let's read that normal, because that is kind of a cool story. We were having sex on the couch when her mom came in the room, and my girlfriend at the time threw the blanket over us, but she didn't stop while we had sex while her mom was sitting on the couch, and I still can't read.
That's crazy.
I
didn't even read that like when I got it, but it sounds like one of your stories.
Like a fake story?
No, like one of your stories.
Like one of my stories?
Like it would have happened to you.
Oh,
like...
yeah. Like that totally would have happened to me. But it didn't. No, I never got caught. I almost got caught by my mom jerking off.
Yeah?
Yeah. And my dad caught me once, though. Sort of.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's when I first discovered it. So I would only jerk off in the bathroom because it was the only door other than my parents' room that had a lock on it. So I would lay on the floor, but I would lay on the floor to where my head was close to the door because there was like a rug there, and the rug was really super soft. And my dad knocked on the door. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm pooping." He's like, "Why do you sound so close to the door?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Maybe the way that the wall's echoing." He's like, "All right, hurry up." Because we only had one bathroom at the time, so I had to hurry up and finish. Because I wasn't not going to finish jerking off. I was going to fucking pop off. So, one more story, creep.
So this one makes me laugh, and I really hope that I can like finish it because like the last part fucking destroys me. It says this is more funny than crazy. One New Year's Eve party, my girlfriend and I were having sex in a room, and my friends kept opening the door and flickering lights on and off while drunkenly saying photosynthesis. Like, first of all, who drunk even like can properly and like Photosynthesis. Like, that's not the first word that comes to my head when I'm wasted.
I wonder if they were like,
They must have been like fucking science kids.
yeah, or they did like horticulture or something like that.
So funny.
That reminds me.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. That reminds me, like one time my buddy, we were at his house having a party, and he was banging his chick in his room, and we kept opening up the door.
That is valuable. I think I told you about my roommate that used to like sneak in the bedroom and watch us fuck all the time.
That's hot though. Unless it
He
was
used
a dude.
to, like-
Oh, it was a dude?
Yeah.
Oh, if it was a chick, that'd have been hot. That's just creepy though. I don't know what to do.
No, me and my boyfriend at the time lived with his friend, and we would be banging it out, and like he would just like nudge the door open and like crawl in, or like slide his whole body across the floor and just watch us. Like,
Ew. So he'd like slither in like a snake?
yeah, I'm like, what are you
Oh.
doing? Like, we can see you. Like,
What a fucking weirdo.
I know.
I wonder if
It
he
was
listens, and if he
crazy.
listens, you're a creep, but you're funny.
It was nuts, man. He used to like wipe his boogers on the wall behind his bed,
Ew.
like right above his bed, because his bed was on the floor. So like on the wall was just a bunch of dried boogers and shit.
So did he like bring chicks home or no?
Yeah, like he was a very attractive guy. Like I was like, damn, I got the wrong friend. Like he was very attractive,
But
but
he was
like,
just gross.
yeah, really gross.
I can't do that, man. Like if I was dating a chick and she was like a booger wiper and just like farting all over me all the time, I would be like, farts are funny, but in moderation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, if I was I could not date a gross chick like that picked her nose and wiped it all over the place.
Like, why is it on the wall? Like, at least wipe it on your blankets that you're gonna wash,
Ugh.
maybe. You know what I mean? Like, at least that, you
That
know?
sucks. That's gross.
It was nutty.
Dudes are gross. I'm pretty. I like to practice proper hygiene, so I'm probably not as scuzzy and gross as some other dudes, but
There's a lot of guys that like don't like to shower
I don't get it.
and stuff.
Like, why do you like being in your own stink?
Most guys I've dated have been like, take 50 showers a fucking day, and they're like, you know what I mean? Like, pretty
I'm like
thin.
a one shower a day.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be in the morning. Sometimes at night. Sometimes in the middle of the afternoon, depending on what I got going on. But I'm good for a shower a day. So
Yeah, I'll take a shower a day.
yeah,
Most of the time.
most of the time.
Sometimes I take 30, like, or I at least have to wash my pussy like 80 times a day. Because I work all day. Like, I can't
That's
just,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Beating that thing up needs a break.
Like, I gotta wash it. Like, fuck.
You know, hey, cleanliness. Gotta make that money. You should get Moneymaker tattooed above it. It's like,
So
have you
funny.
seen Dijah Morgan's tattoo above her cooch?
Yeah, she just finished it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, but I mean, it says daddy issues.
I know.
All right.
I love it.
She's awesome.
I love her so much.
She posted a thing on Instagram, and I said that Dijah Morgan always looks like she tastes like the best candy. She always is like colorful and neon, and she always looks like she tastes
Yeah.
like candy. So
She's so cute. This girl, I don't even know if I should say this, but it like pissed me off.
what, talking shit about Dijah?
No, not talking shit, but coming to me like, oh, it looks like you guys know each other. It looks like you guys are friends. But like, how do I become her friend? I'm like, do you want me to give you her phone number? Like, because that's not going to happen. Do you want me to fucking like
Maybe she just
tell
wants-
her? Like, I'm not doing that either. That's fucking weird. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's like if like, because I don't know, for some reason some like girls in the porno industry, some of like the popular ones, some of them have followed me online, and some dudes have like emailed, or not emailed me, but DM'd me saying, hey, could you get her to follow me? How'd you get her to follow you? And it's just like, because I'm fucking cool. I don't know.
Like, it's fucking retarded.
Like, I'm not gonna ask somebody to I'm like, if somebody messaged me and said, hey, could you get Creep Queen to follow me? I'm like, no.
Like, it's just so rude.
Yeah.
It's so rude. And I would never be that friend that's like, oh, here's her number. This is her schedule. This is the best time to contact her. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Fucking people, man.
Wrong. Like,
Y'all motherfuckers are crazy.
And you can't just like somebody because you think they're gonna help you or they're popular. It's cool. Like,
she's probably just fishing for like retweets and regrams or whatever they call them on Twitter or Instagram.
I'm just like, but why though? Like, if
You
I
know
don't
how
know.
people are. I mean, look, it's a dog.
I mean,
dog
I get it.
world.
Like, it's one thing to ask. Like, I'll be the first bitch to be like, hey, do you want to do this thing? Hey, can you post me? I'll post you. Hey, whatever.
Mhm.
But like, if somebody doesn't respond to you, then that's gonna be a no, and it's okay.
Yeah. Like, I'm all for people helping out. Like, you know, if people say, hey, can you retweet this for me? 9 times out of 10, I will.
Yeah.
But like that one time that I don't, it's because it's like, well, I've never gotten a retweet from you, and even if I see something from people that are like promoting their shit, sometimes I just throw people retweets just because it's like, all right, I follow them, they follow me. I'm gonna be cool.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody treats me like a human and doesn't come at, I mean, well, now I can't help anybody because all my shit's getting deleted. But like, if somebody ever came at me like, oh, like,
Yeah.
no, like, if
I
you treat
get
me like
that.
a human and you're nice to me, then okay.
Yeah, maybe after a couple of weeks of not wondering if you're a weirdo or
Like,
not.
if you can also offer me something in return, or
Right.
like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Dog eat dog world.
Crazy. Especially now that I have like no followers again, like the skeeziest people come for you. Like, it's nuts.
Really? Skeezy
It's-
how?
Yeah, like I forgot what it was like, man. Like
Oh, trying to build
everybody
up your
like
shit.
wants to take advantage of you. Like all these nasty, because there's a lot of fucking nasty guys that run a lot of pages that don't have huge followings, like, but have like maybe 10,000 followers or something.
Man, more than me.
20,000 followers, or they pay for followers because they
Oh,
have like
that
a
shit.
million things and 0 likes. And it's just like they come for you and they're like, oh, do you want me to feature you? And then it's like, I'm like, no, because
I never understood the dudes or the
no,
people
like
that
I
buy
don't
followers.
come from here. Like, huh?
I never understood the people that buy followers, because if you have, 80,000 followers but 4 likes on tweets, it's just like,
It's crazy.
the
Like, I
fuck's
get
point?
it to some degree because like
I mean, it helps
my
your
main
portfolio.
Instagram page, the activity was definitely down. Like, I definitely should have had more activity for the followers that I had, and like that happens. But like, they come for you like, oh, well, send me nudes so I'll post you, or like send me nudes so I help you out, or send me money, pay me for this. Like, no, like no, like it's crazy.
Fucking
And it's
dudes.
just like all these girls fall for it.
They fucking fall for it.
Anyways,
It's a good racket. I mean, if you want chicks to send you nudes, fucking buy some Twitter followers and
it's crazy.
Getting nudes
like, who
from
falls
fucking
for
girls.
this? Like, where are you, stupid bitches?
Hey,
Like,
motherfuckers are still getting catfish. So who falls for this? Fucking naive
well,
people.
that's different.
No,
I
it's
can see
not.
that.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. It's very
No, it's different.
slightly, but same.
No, totally different.
But the same.
But different.
But the
Taco
same.
Bell?
Another short one, but who gives a fuck? It was entertaining nonetheless, I think.
Hells yeah.
But that's the way it goes. As you heard in the beginning of this episode, we're kind of pre-taping some things.
Yep.
But worst comes to worst, you guys wouldn't have got an episode. So we pre-taped some things before I went on vacation, and Creep goes on all their crazy wild adventures to Atlanta and some Denver and Saudi Arabia and Brazil and fucking Kuwait, and she's going all over the place. Fucking Ireland. That's why that Ireland email was in there.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going all over the place. You can also find us on doublepodcast.com, Double P Podcast on Instagram, and at Double P Show on Twitter. You can follow us on Patreon, where you can get episodes early. You could also get the Patreon exclusive show, Wide Open, where Creep and I just kind of discuss some silly things from time to time, and it's a good show. You should check it out. It's only $1. Subscribe. Help us out. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele. That's MrKrisSteel. Creep, where can everybody find you?
Creepqueen.com.
The creepiest places of
Or
all.
you can like bring me little Debbie cakes and I'll like suck your dick and fall in love with you forever.
Wow, that's all it takes. Little Debbie
Yeah.
cakes, but zebra cakes
Yeah.
or Swiss rolls,
Either.
but not peanut butter pies.
No.
Peanut butter pies are the fucking bomb.
Or Taco Bell. Ow!
I can't wait to get Taco Bell. I need to text my wife and say, where the fuck are you at with my goddamn Taco Bell? And then she'll come home and say, what the fuck is your problem? I'll be like, I was just kidding. And then she'll be in a bad mood because I was a jerk. But you know what? That bad mood would be justified.
Right.
I guess so. Folks, once again, I thank you for listening. Well, we thank you for listening. Because
Yeah, we do.
There's 2 of us here, and, well, we have 17 seconds left.
No, I hate you all.
No, I don't hate everybody. I love everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for rating and reviewing, and thank you for being a friend.
Hello, I am your announcer, Bethany. Please remember to rate and review 5 stars on iTunes. Rating and reviewing helps out the show. Thanks for listening to the Double Penetration Podcast with your hosts, Creep and Steele.